Whatever, you ain't tough, ho. I run with gangs. Oh, yeah? I run with 12 gangs, and we only commit hate crimes. Whatever, I'll do what I want.
Is the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan now inevitable?
No, it is not. Because you have the Afghan troops have 300,000 well-equipped as any army in the world, and an air force against something like 75,000 Taliban. It is not inevitable.
I don't know if you guys noticed in the corner over here, but this was last month, July 8th, 2021. And if you've paid attention to posts on this channel, you know that Mr. Biden, President Biden, just so happened to be completely wrong about this. I mean, you want to know how we know that he's been completely wrong? Well, yeah, I don't speak that language. This is the palace of a reported U.S.-backed warlord that the Taliban has now taken. There are tons. This is coming to us from Jack Prosobic, and there are tons of other videos coming out from the region where the Taliban's kind of like kicking their legs up in all of these different spaces that were once secured by the Afghanistan government, which unfortunately, due to the fact that Biden broke his word, or broke the country's word, right? Because it wasn't his word. President Trump declared that by September, not by September, but by May 1st, we'd be out of Afghanistan. It was pretty big news at the time. But Biden and our feminists, not even Biden, because do you really think that this man is in control of anything? Come on, let's be real here. Those who, his handlers and the like, they wanting to, chalk a win for Trump off the board, decided, no, we're going to push that back to September the 11th, for symbolism and all of the feels and shit. And yet, here we are with the Taliban making gigantic strides in the country that the United States has spent hundreds of thousands of lives and dollars on, to basically end up exactly back where we were. Actually worse off than we were when when all of this fun started during the hunt for Osama bin Laden. Yes, all the way back then. It's so amazing here in 2021, recognizing that a large portion of the population now, wasn't here for that, and don't particularly understand the gravity that the 9/11 attacks had on the country. And so, because that change, right, from we have to give the government more power and more power and more power, and ever since then, the acceleration of, men and women are the exact same thing, and we could put women in men's positions, and that we'll get the exact same results, and we'll still have all this freedom, like all of the freedoms that we were once that we once actually to this moment really do take for granted. It's amazing. It really is. I mean, because ultimately this is a matter of the United States not keeping our word. One of the things that my dad really instilled in me, and I really see as a huge biological value for, humankind with masculinity, is the fact that, honor, integrity, holding of like accountability for one's, like the like things used to take place on a handshake, on a handshake over a steak, back when according to the super left, right? it's all white men back in the day who were shaking hands and, like, you know what I'm saying, and having conversations over sake that, marginalized people, because you can't just say black people, no, marginalized people were left out of. The deal is, though, is that, as we've gone on over the past 40, 50 years and had more people at the table, these things, all of these things, like the concept of even holding one accountable for their actions, has been slowly chipped away and deteriorated here in the West. And so when the Biden regime goes in and says, oh, well, we're just going to scrap this agreement that all parties involved had agreed to. Everybody had agreed to May 1st. It was like, yo, May 1st, we out. You know what I'm saying? We chucking up the deuces. And Biden comes in like, oh no, we're just gonna break that. That right there is a huge part of the reason why we discuss the feminine on this channel so much, because that ability to not keep to one's word and be able to look at to look at yourself in the morning. Yeah, I can't help but feel like that is so far into the double X chromosome bag of tricks that like, because how do I put it, that it only makes sense when I speak of the feminist overlords. I'll put it to you like that. Like that willingness to just break the word, regardless of if it was Trump that said it. It's not a matter that it was Trump that said it. It was that it was Trump acting as the head of the country that said it, right? And to have the next regime come in and just completely do away with that, I mean, what the hell? Seriously, it is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, because you place me in a position where, if you guys have noticed the post that I put up on the channel, where you got the people that are hanging because they were apparently American co-conspirators, freaking, I will never be on the side of those who cause harm to others. I just can't. While at the same time, I can say we broke our word as a nation, as a country, because I'm an American, so thusly, as a country, we broke our word. And when you break your word, well, what do you expect to happen? For real. So guys, I wanted to just make sure that I did a video covering this fun. There are, like I said, there are tons of other videos, but the reason I have this video rocking on a loop for the most part is because this is no real, like, no wild stuff that YouTube can hit me on. But I definitely wanted to chop this up with you guys, discuss this, because as men, our word is our bond. All I got is my balls and my word, and I ain't about to break neither for nobody. And that sentiment has been eschewed from the culture, from American culture. The idea of actually the idea of being honorable has been thoroughly decimated throughout our culture, to where, as a point, like, and much of it is due to the welfare state and the pressing of the feminine, of letting women go, basically consequence free in so many different areas and avenues. Because when the feminine believes that, hey, there's not going to be consequences for actions, you'll have Biden on in front of the press last month saying how, man, ain't gonna be no kickback, ain't gonna be no problem. And honestly, I believe that all the party, others involved, disagree, sir. So with that being said, we're gonna bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared. Pardon me. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like are the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from Teespring. Check me out on Patreon as well. Links in the description. I should go in the description box and do damage and speak. Let me know, what do you guys think in the comments. I like this really is one of the casualties of having the feminine in charge right now. Because he's not a woman, yeah, but as we've discussed, compromised Y chromosomes are compromised Y chromosomes. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right, and until the next one.
Jimmy, You're thinking with your dick.
I am not thinking with my dick.
Yes, you are.
No, I just think that
Put your dick away.
she's an emotional,
Jim.
interesting, caring girl.
Jimmy, that's your dick talking.